Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you are watching Actual Play, the Twitch channel where we play amazing tabletop role playing games together. Matt J. Brown was kind enough to let me step in and GM for a bit, and I'm immensely grateful for his trust and excited to run something for the channel. As a reminder, for Actual Play, all channel proceeds are split between Black Lives Matter and the Trans Legal Defense and Education Fund. We are playing Bounty of the Week, which, if you're like, I've never heard of this thing, that's because a friend and I made it. But not really. We didn't make it from scratch. It is a reskin of this wonderful game, Monster of the Week, which comes out from Evil Hat. Michael Sands created it. There's the Evil Hat. There it is. Little merch display there. Monster of the Week is this really fun, supernatural, modern day mashup of like Buffy and a whole lot of Supernatural and Hellboy and X-Files even. It's really cool. And I like Star Wars. So with things like The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett out there, I thought, hey, this game could do that. And so that is what we are playing. We are 5 sessions in. We're actually in the middle of a hunt, which we cliffhangered at the end, but you'll notice that we're shy a person. Misha need to restart her computer, so she'll be joining the stream when she's able. But for now, Mad J, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm a little stressed out about these zombie Gungans and these worms, right? I'm a little uncomfortable with that situation. I'd be much happier once we get back on the ship and get back to our rock.
It seems like a thing that most folks should want. And as a thing that I sprung, since we know we're into it, content warning, a little bit of like body horror. I and a little bit of loss of control, self-control there. But hopefully we're past it, unless you guys keep failing rolls. Then, well, the warning's out there. And then we do have safety tools. We do have lines and veils and the X card. So no problem whatsoever. If you guys say, you know what, I'd like to tap out of this particular thing, we'll just change it up. No fuss, no muss. Jeremiah, how are you doing, man?
Doing okay. Having already had one worm in my head, I'm not hoping for a sequel.
Yeah, I've heard that once you've had one, you're like, oh, there's no more problems now. It's.
I think there's more problems since I shot Yun.
It's true. You don't seem pretty cool about it. Like relatively chill. I
think there's bigger things to worry about at the moment.
So as a brief recap, kind of that beginning of episode where the TV episode previously on, the bounty hunters took on a job on Naboo, the beautiful verdant planet of Naboo, which is inhabited primarily by humans and Gungans. The two have historically had awkward relations, one might say, in a very strained relations in a PC kind of politically diplomatic style. And you guys were met at your landing pad by the person who openly claims that he hired you, Chancellor Roro Bibble, who said that he did so on behalf of Queen Calantha, who is the human queen of Naboo, the self-styled queen of all Naboo, even though that's not exactly true, because there's a council who guide and rule over the Gungans. And Roro informed you all that he had hired you to take out Boss Kana Lu, who was a member of the Gungan Council until he stepped down and is now running a death cult. But that's okay, because that means you got an 8 cred dead bounty for him. You guys headed into the swamps of the nearby, out just outside of the capital city of Naboo, Theed. And in the jungle, you guys approached, had a cool plan. You found some guards. Yun on his ATRT noticed that one of them was missing half of his face and didn't seem to care, which was curious. Raksu, using the distraction that Yoon set up, snuck in all ninja style. Or special forces. Maybe we shouldn't say ninja because they're out of special forces style. Snuck in, took a shot and killed Kana Lu.
One shot, one kill.
Bam! You are good at what you do. You're the best there is at what you do, and what you do is
it's not very nice.
Not very nice at all. But because it was a kill bounty, you needed a trophy. You slipped in to lop off his head because that's a heck of a trophy. And that's when you realize that there was a thing.
Yep.
Yeah, like a thing. Here, let's just again, warning, worm. So this thing was slipping out of his face, and you tried to kill it.
Yep.
Failed, and it slipped inside you. So when Yoon came swerving back around to help with the rescue, because you'd reported, hey, took down Kana Lu, let's get out of here. And Yoon was looking to give you some backup. Some voice sounded in your head, Raksu.
Yep.
You, the player, chose that you would take one of the options from that move because you rolled a failure on it. And the option that you chose was to attack one of your buddies, which was Yoon, because Azur's up in a ship. She's smart. She had to deal with some like zombie Gungans trying to get on the ship, but that's nowhere no problem whatsoever. And because Yoon was unsuspecting, you nearly did a whole lot of damage. But Yoon is a tough individual. He's a tough cookie.
Thankfully.
And he's in a lot of pain, but he doesn't go down. You're berserk crazy, so we're not worried about you. I mean, we technically are worried about you, but we're going to pretend we're not worried about you. So with that in mind, and because Azure isn't directly in this moment, and I've bought us some time, hopefully, I'll just say before I got my solid state drive, restarting my computer took 12 to 15 minutes.
I remember those days.
For me. Yeah. Solid state drive was a miraculous difference, but I still remember those days because it wasn't long ago I got my solid state drive. And, I don't want to go back. So, let's see. We got, I don't know, I had a cool, I'm gonna start off with one of our cool picks because I just like them. So we'll just bring up a pick and then we will jump right back into our moment. So there we go. So you guys are in this swampy area. Raksu, you've just taken a shot at Yoon, hit him. Luckily, he was protected by his large armor and also his ATRT.
Yep.
And perfect timing. Hey, Misha, check. Can we hear you?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
Sound good.
Fantastic.
So this is what happens when you buy computers at Costco, apparently.
So I just did the recap and we were jumping in. So it's perfect timing for you. You're still on board the Stringer Bell. And these two, Yoon and Raksu, are dealing with the fact that Raksu, you shot Yoon, you survived, but you were definitely hurt.
Yep.
And then a bunch of Gungans came.
Also, I managed to force of will the worm out of my head. I remember.
Yes, thank you for that reminder. Yes, you did. Force of will after being forced to by puppetry because you never had the desire to shoot Yoon. Yoon's real tough and also an ally.
Oh, so you may have had a slight desire to shoot once or twice.
I'm not telling you how your character feels about it.
The only good Imperial is a dead Imperial.
Oh my goodness! This whole rebel Imperial thing. That's a conflict I like.
But he seems to not be Imperial anymore, so
it's true. That's what he says. Although he wants to join up, he did mention it several times. Just pointing it out. Anyway. Raksu, you took a shot at Yoon.
Yep.
Yoon, you survived it. Behind Raksu, you've got the bag with Kana Lu's head in it. you
Yep.
see a bunch of Gungans come streaming out, and Yoon, Raksu, you both see that among these Gungans, there are 4 humans who are wearing military garb,
Uh-huh.
and they are carrying their weapons. But Yoon, your training, they're not like, it's not right. Like they are not carrying. Like, what is it, Yoon, about the way that these 4 humans are among the other Gungans, the way they're carrying their gear and their weapons, that looks off, like untrained?
Oh, okay. So I think it's how they're carrying their carbines or their rifles, right? Where they're maybe they're too far up, right? They're holding them up, and maybe it should be more level or a little more down. So I'm not, and how they move with it, how they're stepping with it. I can tell that they're not used to carrying that load or that gear.
Nice.
So
They're
they seem
kitted
out of
out.
place. Yeah,
They're kitted out, but they don't move the way that you would expect them to
Right.
move. That said, they do have guns, and they seem intent on trying to use them. Raksu, you're closest to these guys.
Great.
What? I know, great. What do
Yeah.
you want to do?
So I have the head. I have it in a bag or something.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, cool. I
You
mean,
need to have it in a backpack if you want, like Yoda
Sure.
style.
Yeah, perfect. I think in that case, I'm probably on the comms, like, cover me, and I'm making a run for it. Like, I don't like. I know an ATRT isn't designed to have 2 people on it, but like, I'm wondering if in a pinch, like, a Yoon shaking his head. So I'm not going to climb onto the ATRT.
We'll
Yeah,
take a look
I
at
don't know.
that bad boy.
Can it carry 2 people? I was being silly.
I don't think it would be comfortable.
It wouldn't be comfortable. But I'm kind of imagining, not that this analogy makes a whole lot of sense, but I'm kind of imagining that whole, like, I'm going to ride on the back of my buddy's bike that isn't a 2-person bike kind of
Yeah.
deal.
Put some spokes.
You climb up onto it, and it's super uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
there's a risk of
Oh, yeah,
falling
look at
off
that.
if somebody
Yeah, yeah.
misses a move. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no banana seat.
No banana
there's
seat.
no fantasy
Sure.
whatsoever.
Man, yeah, I don't know if that's actually a good idea or not. It
Yeah,
seems
if you
like a
run,
thing.
I will pull up rear guard and lay down fire.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think
Yeah.
I'm even like broadcasting, to the team, like, hey, there's a bunch of dudes. Let's cover me, and I'll meet at the rendezvous. I've got
You going to do that?
Kalu's head.
Oh, by the way, also, not in the recap, but as a reminder, Raksu did say, "Hey, they did something to me, made me do that. I'm good now." Right? Raksu
Didn't
did try
you
to
see
explain
the word
himself.
come out of his nose?
I believe you did
Maybe.
see.
Yeah?
Combat
Okay.
situation.
Because I thought it dropped out and
It
I
wriggled
don't
off
know.
into
I
the
don't
swamp,
know.
and you may
Yeah,
not have
right.
seen it. So
right.
Yeah, because I was intentionally like, well, I'm not going to try to stomp on it again. That didn't
Right.
work out the first
that didn't work the first time. Yeah.
time. Yeah.
So I will try by Raksu time. I will use the ATRT to kind of lay down some cover fire.
Well, guess what? You then are trying to, I think, protect someone,
Yes.
because there's
interesting.
definitely some harm coming to Raksu. You're gonna, when you prevent harm to another character, roll plus tough. You turn out you're pretty darn tough here.
I
You have
am.
a tough of 2.
Right.
So let's hop on over here to our roll with me dice page and see how this goes.
Cool. And I'm still hurt. So
You get your
It's-
plus
Oh,
one.
that's right. You get your plus.
that's right. 2d6 plus
Hey,
3.
and shooting you helps.
Oh,
Cut me, Nick. Cut me.
that's right. Cut me. Looks like I got a 7 there.
Do you?
Did that not
Sorry, I
take?
just didn't see. That's from January 27th, friend.
It doesn't
Is
come
this
through yet.
okay? Well, yeah, I'll do it again.
Okay.
The pop-up happened there, and then I hit it. And
Oh, okay.
There we go.
There
Oh,
we go. That's what I
there
expect
you
from a
go.
plus 3. That is a 12. Now, you haven't bought advanced moves, so
Right.
but I've hit those. So 10 plus, you choose an extra. You protect them okay. You'll suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get. 10 plus, you choose an extra. What extra would you like to choose? Hold the enemy back, inflict harm on the enemy. All impeding.
Oh yeah. I'll hold the enemy back.
Nice.
I hold the enemy back.
Sweet. So you, I mean, is this all ATRT, like laying down heavy ordnance kind of deal?
Yes.
And
Nice.
I'm imagining some of them getting a little close, and maybe you kick them a little bit.
Nice.
Stomp on
Yeah.
'em. I know it's
Sweet.
not super
So
tall, but
you're going to suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get. The good news is that you got, you've got armor yourself, because that's 3 harm coming your way as these guys firing at you, others trying to climb up the legs to try to get to you, and they're swarming. Like, these guys move pretty quick. They're not slow zombies. This is not the shambling Walking Dead.
it's the
They're
28 days later zombies.
Yeah, it's not quite the. Dude, those guys are terrifying. Those rage zombies scare me.
Yeah,
but
they scare
anyway,
me too.
they're moving fast and not mindful of getting hurt. So you mow down a dozen of them before they're on the legs of the ATRT, and then one of the soldiers is firing at you. He's a spray and pray kind of guy.
Right.
He's an Imperial.
Hey.
He's wearing the brown leather of a Naboo soldier, but he's firing like a stormtrooper. Not a Yoon. But,
hey.
Not a Yoon level stormtrooper. You've got two armor, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So that 3 harm coming your way. One of those is going to bleed through. You are very close to dead.
Yeah, I am. I'm in a bad way.
I'll heal you up if you
Thanks to Raksu.
What?
That is a true statement. Raksu, you take off past Yoon. You hear those things coming behind you.
Yep.
They're letting out weird guttural growls and hisses. And
I mean, I'm probably on the comm telling Chiss, like, we need air support. There's so many of them. There's so many of them.
Let's cut to Azure. You did get a few off your wing. You're good to go at this point, but now Raksu's asking for some evac. What do you want to do?
I'll lay down some cover fire as best I can, because I'm okay at this thing. Yeah, I can flying I can handle.
Awesome. Because it's not like they can fire. Even the ones with blaster carbines are not going to do anything to the Stringer Bell. We'll just say it's an act under pressure for you to do that, and go ahead and roll plus cool, which, if I remember correctly, you're pretty cool. Yeah, a 0.
Reasonably cool.
You're not bad.
You're not uncool.
Yes, I'm not uncool, like I am untough. Damn,
Nice.
I am very cool.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Super cool.
Very, very cool. Awesome. You lay down some cover fire. You, of course, don't want to fire at Yoon because that would be bad. But you take out any of the stragglers that get past Yoon. Yoon, you're holding them back. Do you imagine that you maybe hit the ziggurat a couple times, or are you keeping your control arc focused on the attackers and not worried about the place they're streaming out of?
Well, I'm aiming for the entrance of the ziggurat, but not the ziggurat itself, because destroying cultural artifacts probably gets you in lots of trouble.
I've heard that.
They might even send a bounty after you.
They
Yeah,
might.
and I don't
Sure,
want
you
that.
could get a bounty.
I've heard that. Yeah. So you hit a bunch of the rocks, crack, and then finally fall down, crushing a few of the zombies, and you are able to hold off. And this fact means that you pretty much take out most of them. There are a few that have made their way up onto the seat with you. Turns out, Raksu maybe could have ridden alongside if these guys have.
I didn't want to get caught in the gears or something.
Raksu, you appear to be. We jump to Raksu. You running. You appear to be free and clear for the moment.
Yep.
Got a breathing room. Yoon's back there. Azure's above you somewhere. What do you want to do?
Like, I imagine part of our initial plan was, we're gonna have some rendezvous point so that we can all. So that's where I'm headed, because my hope is I can get on the Stringer Bell and assist, maybe help exfiltrate Yoon or something.
Okay, let's cut to Yoon. Yoon, Berserker. Just a few stragglers left here, but a couple of them grabbing onto you, trying to claw. got hold of some of your the carapace of your armor. What do you do?
Yeah, I try to shake him off, and then I also cut loose and head out to the rendezvous point as fast as the ATRT can go.
Nice. Shove a couple of these guys. Two of these guys, not even a roll. Like just a moment for you to be kind of badass, and you turn the ATRT and take off.
Yes.
And you catch up with Raksu, Azure. Anything you want to do while you see these guys taking off out of the general?
I'm gonna keep like covering their exit because I'm assuming that the Stringer Bell can fly faster than the ATRT and Raksu can run. So I'm just gonna like try to keep the Gungan zombies from coming any further like past a certain point.
Cool.
To give them time to get away.
All right, so I imagine the Stringer Bell's like kind of flying backwards a little bit, keeping an eye, fire a few, and by the time that you and Raksu are to the rendezvous point, the swamp is quiet. There's smoke coming up from a few of the trees that caught fire from what Yoon and Azure did, but there are none of those Gungans around. What is it as Azure brings the Stringer Bell down to the rendezvous point? What do? Do you guys bug out?
I mean, as soon as I'm like, as soon as me and Yoon are together, as soon as we're on the ship, I'm pulling out my med kit because he looks in rough shape.
Yeah, I run the ATRT right up the ramp onto the ship, and I'm assuming we're bugging out. I'm in bad shape, yes.
Cool. Would you like to use your medic ability or medic move?
Yes, although I want to get a little buy-in from Jay because if I miss, that's a point of damage.
Whew.
But I can potentially get help from Azure, so
all right,
it's probably fine.
Don't
It's using my best stat because I'm super cool.
Well,
You're so
it's
cool.
got to be all right.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Let's see if it's all right.
Famous last words. It'll be fine.
It's fine. I got an 8.
Got an 8. Awesome.
So
So you used up one charge. Now, 7 to 9, you heal 2 harm or stabilize the injury. Now, if I remember from Berserk, you don't, during a fight, can't use harm on, cannot die.
Right.
But when it ends, then
Fight ends, all harm takes effect as normal. So do you choose to stabilize him? Because at this point, you would be unstable. Oh, come on. Why are you saying untrue? You're supposed to be a checkbox, darn you. Be a checkbox.
I think it makes sense to stabilize him first.
I gotta fix my stuff. Okay.
I assume being unstable would be bad.
I fix my checkboxes, y'all. Okay.
Or I guess I should ask, like, what's being unstable mean in this case?
That's a great question. So let's quickly go over it. It's straight from the harm of Monster of the Week. So at 4 to 7, harm wounds are serious and unstable, and you can basically take +1 harm, so things will get worse unless cured.
Oh, okay. But once I get his harm level down, then being unstable doesn't matter, right?
You need to get it down below 4, and 2 would do it. So go ahead and heal up that.
Yeah, so I'll just heal up the 2.
Okay, cool.
So I'll take him down 2. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. So you have healed him to 3 harm, which means you're still like at 2 harm. It's going to drop off. 3, you probably need to pay for some healing. But do you guys want to go meet with Voro Bibble to get your loot?
That's probably a good idea. But also I think we want to like set down outside of the capital city and maybe walk in just in case somebody says, oh yeah, that's the ship that just blew up the swamp.
Cool. So the a lot of you will find a place to stow the Stringer Bell or park her and head in to Theed. And it's just a simple star wipe as you meet up with Roro Bibble. Let us bring his picture up again because it amuses me.
That dude is hard to look at.
What is hard to look at that guy? Oh no, what am I doing? I got all excited about closing tabs. There we go. He is a little hard. I mean, he's a little annoying looking. Anyway. So what does it look like? The three of you guys, Rexu, do you like, we'll say that Roro Bibble meets with you guys somewhere outside of the palace, probably not at a bar. Maybe there's
surely not a public space.
Not a public space whatsoever. I'm imagining that there's like a warehouse that if we take a look at Theed up here, probably one of the let's see, yeah, it's an area over here, kind of near the river, not far from wherever it is that you landed, that is out of prying eyes of the populace. And he comes with some of the guards. The guards hang back, and he meets you guys in an alleyway. And he says, "Oh, yeah, so quick. I've received reports from some scouts that there was a few fires that started in the swamp. I see the three of you are alive. What has happened to your quarry?"
I'll just take the backpack off and just...
Yeah, and I think he like takes the bag and it has a certain head-like weight, and he peers in. How long has he been dead?
That's an excellent question.
I mean, I shot him less than 12 hours ago, but he might have been dead longer than that.
One of the soldiers comes over, like hands in that. Please dispose of this.
I recommend burning.
Tell me more about what happened in the swamp. What was Kanalu doing with this cult?
I have no idea. All I know is there's these worms out there. They control people when they get into your brain pan.
He would have paid for that information.
Yeah, I'm too angry right now. We're already getting a bonus for discretion. So.
It's true. If
You
you told him too much, maybe you violate your discretion bonus.
You might want to send a cleanup crew in to look at that ziggurat that's out there, because I've never seen gray Gungans with that you could see through parts that were missing, and they were still walking around.
They clearly looked like fully mobile corpses.
Yeah, that.
It sounds like you're trying to manipulate him a little bit, like to give him an idea of what's going on, rather than letting sleeping dogs lie. Convince him that you've seen some stuff. You've seen some poodoo,
Okay.
and something needs to be done. Azure, are you leading this? It felt like it, but I want to make sure.
Sure.
Awesome.
That would actually probably make sense.
And you are pretty charming, if I remember
am.
correctly.
So is Chase. Or so is Israel.
That's true. You're all charming. You got a 7.
I got 7.
Do you want to call for aid?
Not really, because if he doesn't do anything about it, they're just going to
Not our
call us
problem.
back later.
Clever indeed.
I didn't say we were going to accept coming back, but
He says,
I'm not living here.
I'll take it under advisement, and perhaps we will reach out to the council to see if they will confirm what is located in that ziggurat and have it taken care of.
Yeah, just
Well-
be careful. Those things will climb straight up your pant leg. Straight up it.
His eyes widen a little bit, and you can tell he has no plan whatsoever to go into that swamp. He pulls up, has a. You'll have a bag of credits. That's the thing that they do in Mandalorian, right? So he says,
Always.
a bunch of credits, and the
Untraceable.
bounty was 8 dead plus 3 for discretion.
Yeah.
It's going to say, you'll speak of this to no one. Then the payment for your discretion is included in the fee. And he hands the bag to, I guess, Azur, because you were the one chatting with him and
Nice.
doing the manipulation. So,
Perfect.
is there? Do we see Yoon, Raksu, Azur doing anything on Theed, or do you guys basically hit the stringer bell and?
Man, I'm ready to get off this planet.
Yeah, no. this
yeah,
kind of-
there's zombies.
In fact,
I'm out.
yes. In fact, I tell him. I say as we're walking away, if you move too slow on this issue, this won't be the first planet that the Empire has burned and razed because you have a contagion.
Thank you for your advisement. Of course, as you know, the Empire is no longer in control. There are only remnants left of who you once served. But yes, we will take care of things here on Naboo, as we always have. This being the planet that Chief Palpatine is from, so taking care of things is general. So we do a star wipe.
That's how he came back.
That's right. That's how he
Yeah.
came back.
Exactly. Star wipe, and then
Spoilers!
we see the stringer bell. Gotta see our stringer bell. I gotta get our
There we go.
beautiful ship in here.
Yeah,
The stringer
shot.
bell, as she's coming into Parasites Rock. You guys were just paid 11 creds. That is
Woo!
a lot of money.
It's pretty good. Payday.
How are you splitting it up?
I think we need to put 3 in the ship at least, because for upkeep, right? Because we're about to have to.
Yep,
you're going
you're
into
about
downtime,
to
we're
need to
gonna have
pay
to
some
spend
upkeep. You need
3
some
on the
upkeep right
ship.
now.
So
So
that's
you
the-
guys good with that? That means you got 8 left. So she's still good.
Okay, cool. And then
8 to split between 3.
I guess leave 3 apiece and leave, or sorry, 2 apiece and leave 2 in the kitty for emergencies
yeah, or we can. Yeah, I like that.
or
Kinda keep-
upgrades.
or upgrades or whatever
Yeah.
else.
I like that.
I can do maths. Really, I can.
Oh, that's the wrong books.
All right. There we go. So you got 2 in the kitty, and each of you get a pair. Let's go through some downtime. Let's start in the middle with Azur. How do you wish to spend your downtime? As a reminder, your options for downtime is spend cred. You could go visit a dock. I think you're okay there. Chase a dream, work towards a drive. You can spend up to 2 creds per downtime to chase a dream. Train, you can spend improve yourself in some small way. 1 for 1 creds to XP, or go shopping. You can there's some example costs of things you can purchase: weapon, armor, piece of gear. What would Azur like to do with those 3 creds burning a hole in your fancy pockets?
Oh, decisions. I already bought armor, so I think she's gonna put some in her safety deposit box thingamadoodle.
Okay.
Towards the dream, and just hold on to the other 2 for now. And,
What happened to your drive thing? Your drive statement?
oh, the red one.
No.
Oh.
No. I know this was from from one of your sensitive moves. You
Going
used
dark
to
side.
have a drive written down here to like get free of your family and obligations.
I
and
did not
etc.
change it, but that doesn't mean it didn't get changed.
I'd have gotten it accidentally deleted somehow. I don't know. We'll have
That
to fix
happens
that.
sometimes, I feel like.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
put it back in.
I could go back through versions, but I'm not gonna because
I'm not
I'm
gonna.
gonna get lost in it. All right. So let's frame up a drive scene. Like, let's see what this looks like. How do you imagine Azure is pursuing the drive of putting some distance between herself and her obligations to her family?
I think she's just like building a nest egg. Just like, a little here, a little there. Every time she makes a decent score, she just kind of puts some away, so that she eventually has enough to like buy her own something, like ship, small planet, villa somewhere warm and sunny with cabana boys, something.
Really? Oh, that sounds lovely. And I think, yeah, along those lines, we see you making some investments. It's Star Wars, right? So there are debates that I've seen online that no one is actually literate in Star Wars because we don't see books or anything. Well, we did see texts in the sequel trilogy. That said, you've got a data pad. We see some money as you're making some investments there. Or as Saint Guard said, yeah, you're looking to at a bit administrative positions at a Tabana Mind, and I think on the data pad there's a little communique that's coming in. It's from someone from your past. Let's see. Why don't we say that they're like, as we know from the Chiss, they have very long names that are often truncated in a kind of nickname. So we'll say that they go by the name of Dreel. Dreel is someone from like a servant of your family, or if I remember correctly, you were betrothed to someone with a lot of regal power, and your family was fiscally powerful, correct?
Correct.
Yes, you're the merchant class, and they are from the noble class. So this would not be a servant as much as an employee, I guess, is what they might officially be called. Dreel, and he's found this comm line of yours somehow. What do you wish to do? Is the little text comes across and says, "This is Dreel. It has been some time." And of course, he refers to you as Dazer Exi Aslakan, right? Hopefully, I pronounced that right.
Or just Rexia would probably be.
Ooh, Rexia. That sounds way cool.
Rexia is the shortened version. She like really considers whether or not she wants to answer this text, because on the one hand, Dreel is just an employee, so he's not actually my parents or anything. On the other hand, he knows my parents and is employed by my parents and is paid by my parents, and so he might go running to my parents. So I think after like really thinking about it for a couple of minutes, she's like, "How did you get this address?"
So you do. So it's just this like text conversation that takes place, and Dreel says, "I've been authorized to make purchases for the project of making sure you are safe, Rexia."
I'm perfectly safe. I even have armor.
That is excellent to hear, Rexia. I have also been authorized to disclose some information. Your father is not well.
Is this like he has the flu unwell, or he isn't going to make it more than 6 months unwell?
It would be closer to the latter.
What did Mother say about this?
Your mother is why I am able to disclose this information. Your father did not want this to be released.
Of course.
It is not publicly known. The stock would take a significant hit.
In her head, she's going, "Oh no, not that, not the stock." Gasp. But she doesn't say that part out loud. Is there anything I can do about this?
I am unaware of anything you can do for his health, but your mother would like to see you. Would like for him to see you, of course.
We'll see what I can do.
Very well. I'll contact you again shortly. Thank you, Rexia. I'm glad that you're well and have armor. Take care of yourself.
Stay out of trouble, Drill.
And then
Don't poke too many hornet's nests.
Nice. And then when he signs off, there's like this string of information about your corporation and that they were voted like the best on particular sector for. Yeah,
he's got a signature basically.
He's got a sig file that's all company.
Company stuff. Any communications outside of
yes, it's totally that.
They're all confidential. Blah blah blah. Any disclosure.
100%. Yeah, I would write that out, but then it would make me sick in my mouth a little bit. So we're just going to talk about it broadly. Sweet. So you just marked a couple ticks on your drive box there.
Nice.
Ferreting away some monies to get ready for the, jump solo. There we go. Rexu, what do you wish to do with your lucre?
Well, I was thinking that efficiency-wise, my med kit is more effective than paying a doctor, as long as I roll.
I mean, he is for a bit, as long as you roll well. That's right.
I got a +2, so I'm not super worried.
You shouldn't be, because,
so
law of averages. You're fine.
Yeah, so I was thinking I would try to heal up myself and potentially Yoon if he wants to get a little more patched up for cheap, instead of, because paying a doctor on the station is going to be more expensive. So
wouldn't the remaining 3 go away with just rest?
Or do they? Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, great question. So let's glance real quick down to harm. 0 to 3 harms have minor short-term effects. So yes, with that in mind, if you guys are willing to rest for a day or so, those 3 will drop off.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for asking, Misha. I couldn't remember. It's the 4, basically. Everything after 4
is the cutoff. Okay.
You're going to need to.
Cool.
Heal. Yeah.
Then yeah. In that case, what I got 2 money. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna put 1 towards my drive and probably go talk to. I always have to look at
Wittercore
again.
Wittercore, awesome. So you go to see Wittercore, the Ugnaught info chant or information broker. He's there in his little arcade section of the casino, people playing Comp Nor and the like. And he says, so, Rexu, it's good to see you. Listen, there have been a few people sniffing around. just so you know, you and I know, a lot of people sniffing around, asking a lot of questions. It seems that the
Katarn Commandos.
yeah, those Katarn Commandos, he says quickly, covering for his pause there. Katarn Commandos might be aware that you're here on the rock. I don't think you should take off yet, though, because I've got a line on a potential employer. Remember, he said that you might work for somebody who can make sure that the commandos stay away, right? Yeah.
That's perfect. Who is it?
How much do you know about the Black Sun?
I've heard the name. They've got a bit of a reputation.
Yeah, well, suffice to say, the Hutts and the Black Sun don't really get along very well, but there's a well-placed Vigo. They're like a couple, like, the head of a Hutt distillery. They're important people, and they're looking for someone with your specific skill set.
The Black Sun is?
I've got connections in that Vigo's organization. We've been talking back and forth, and it would be an excellent way for you to have friends powerful enough that the commandos will let you go.
I don't know that I want to leave the commandos just to work for some crime syndicate. I don't think that's any better for me.
Okay. I respect you. I respect that. I do. It makes things more difficult, but I'm nothing if not a problem solver, Raksu.
And if it helps, I'm not necessarily looking for another job. I'm just looking to get out, get away, cut those ties. I can find jobs.
Oh, sure. I'm sure.
Bounty hunting's paying the bills right now, so
we need to death you then, probably. For a particular fee, we can wipe your chain code, clean as a whistle, get you out. You can just drop out of the game, drop off. Probably going to need to do a little bit of work here, but don't worry, we'll make you prettier.
I think that seems like a better option.
How attached are you to your horns?
I mean, literally physically attached, yes.
Emotionally, though?
I mean, I don't need them. If it means getting away, then they're gone.
It saves you a few thousand credits if we can file them down, and there's a lot more options. If we want hair plugs, potentially, you could practically look human.
I thought you said prettier.
Well. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. You pat your arm.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll start saving up.
I guess you will. Sweet. Now let's flip over to speak to our wonderful stormtrooper who was kicked out because I don't know, there was a particular bad blood. Maybe people just were disappointed that you were good at everything. And Lieutenant Winna Ragant is the Imperial officer who told the stormtrooper to leave you behind. You killed that stormtrooper, yeah.
I did, because we don't, or at least in Yoon's mind, we don't leave stormtroopers behind.
That's how you were trained,
right?
So what do you want to do? That wonderful 2 credits you guys burning a hole in your space pockets.
I know, and it is burning a hole in my stormtrooper outfit. I'm gonna spend 1 on training.
All right. You are closer to XP.
I am. It's hard not to spend both on training, but I want to find somebody who can help me find this lieutenant.
Nice. Well, the obvious answer, especially if you are talking to Raxu, your friend who shot you, is to speak to Widow Core.
Right.
But there could be other people you want, maybe Sergeant Nandia Tutru, or whoever else maybe Dal Bays, perhaps the person that works as the admin at the guild, the Bounty Hunter Guild office.
Yeah, let's do that. Dal Bays.
Oh,
Nice. So we
Yeah.
cut to a scene of Yoon. Yoon, you're in your civvies at this point. Like you're usually in civvies at the Rock. Is
At
that
the
right?
Rock, yes. Yes, that is
Cool.
Rock. Yeah, that is correct.
Awesome. So we cut to a scene with you heading into the Bounty Hunter's office, which, if you remember, it's a modest Spartan affair. There's
Right.
the bounty board, which during our mid-game break, you can see a picture of a bit of what that bounty board looks like. There is a set of holding cells, and also for people who don't have the like, what color do we want to go with for the blank color member of the Bounty Hunter Guild that gets actually, like, if they want, they can stay there as if it were a domicile. Do we want to say it's like the purple class? We want to say it's like the green class. What do we think? It's basically like Delta, where you have the VIP-ish member at the
silver,
end.
platinum, gold.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
totally
yeah,
that. It's
yeah.
totally that. Yeah, it's coaxium level. There we go. We'll go with the Star Wars term. Coaxium level membership has a small lounge and then showers, little bunk that you can stay at. But you head
Actually,
in.
Take a little time to look that over, right? Right, just turning it over in my head a little bit.
So yeah, we pick up with the scene of Dal Bays here, looking over your shoulder as you're looking at the data pad with the readouts and the pictures of the line. If you would like to take a tour of the lounge and the small living area, Yoon, I would be happy to show you what our offices have for you here. And of course, this is membership that carries across all of the guild offices. So if you decide to work out of another office for a particular hunt or two, this would carry over. The coaxium level membership does mean that you pay a stipend of every hunt for that particular membership, but the perks are worthwhile.
I think we see Yoon's body language. Everything about it is
Membership
right?
has its
Yeah.
privileges.
But then I think he remembers what I came here for, and he kind of shakes that
You were
off.
gonna
Right?
say that.
No, I'm looking for a person, and I thought you might have the resources to help me find her.
Well, I have access to the guild records as well as a few other resources. He heads over to a terminal and starts to log in. You're about to clickety clacks.
She was an Imperial officer. Will that be a problem?
Of course not. Of course not. There is a significant Imperial remnant, and if she is still part of the Empire, well, it's a political affiliation. Bounty Hunter Guild was successful during the brief Imperial reign, as well as before, and now, today.
I give him what I know about the Lieutenant Ragant. Ragant?
It's Ragant. So you want to say Ragant?
What will you say? I'll say what you say.
Ragant.
The Ragant it is.
All right. So you're spending, I just want to make sure we're clear. You're spending for drive. So you're making progress.
Yeah.
That said, I still think it would be interesting to flavor it if we have you investigate a quarry here. So go ahead and
Okay.
roll plus sharp.
All right.
And even on a failure, it just means that we're eliminating options, right?
Right. No, good with that. Because I know my prey.
Right? Yes, you do. So you get a +1 on
prey.
that.
Yes. And investigating a quarry is sharp, so I'm getting a +2 on this.
Okay. +3 sounds like a pretty good roll for you.
A +2 total, sorry.
Oh, +2 total. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that's all you needed.
Revenge. That's all I need.
Yeah, that's all you need. A 10+ on investigate a quarry means that you get 2 questions.
Nice. Where does the trail lead next?
Oh,
where is this lieutenant? Where am I going next?
Yeah, so this lieutenant is located on the world Corellia. So Han Solo's homeworld, if you've seen Solo movie, it starts off on Corellia. It is gray skies, heavily industrialized, and also was one of the longer holdouts. It was a world that stayed within, well, again, you know, it's Legends canon, so it doesn't matter. But I kind of like the idea of not every world just immediately fell over. So because Corellia had so many imperial, had such an imperial presence that there are still Imperials on Corellia.
Right. No, that makes sense. I like that.
So she's on the industrial world of Corellia. That is where the trail leads next. You got a second question.
I do.
Yeah.
What mood or state of mind might she be in?
You find that she, and I'm crossing the streams here because I'm about to reference a different RPG. But hopefully it makes sense if with this shorthand here. She's set herself up as a little bit of a Mr. Johnson, meaning that she is now operating with Imperial credits to set up mercenary teams to do work.
Gotcha.
Because a bunch of stormtroopers walking around in Corellia, not as effective as people plainclothes and the like. She seems to be filtering some of the stormtroopers out into mercenary work as well. So things are getting really dirty, and a lot of the Imperial official business is getting muddied.
Nice.
Make sense?
That makes sense. I like it. I can work with that.
Cool. Okay. So looking at time, I think what we'll do before we take our mid-game break here is well, Azure, the three of you are together somewhere. Are you at the cantina that's in the little promenade, not part of the casino? Are you somewhere in the casino? Are you somewhere else where you can even be on ship doing whatever? But the three of you are together. Perhaps you're socializing. Perhaps you're just meeting to catch up. You tell us. Set the scene. Where are we?
So the drinks are definitely cheaper in the cantina than in the casino. And
in every sense of the word, that is a true statement.
And Azure is really trying to get drunk right now, so I think that's where they'll find her.
Nice. Rexu, Azure seems to be tossing them back.
That's all right. We just had a win. Enjoy it. Celebrate.
Yeah, and then Yoon.
I know this game. I'm tossing them back too. I know this game. Sweet. This is an old stormtrooper thing, right? I'm two-fisting them. Yes.
Nice. I love it. Azure, does it seem like Yoon and Rexu are going to pry into your business? How do you feel about that? Is that exactly what you want, or are you a little disappointed?
50-50. It's kind of a little of both. It's like she's a little annoyed that they aren't asking, but she'd be annoyed if they did ask too. So they really can't win in this situation. There is no win scenario.
I'm like, no, I'm drinking with you, right? We're together on this. I feel you. Yes. Keep them coming.
Nice. So, three of you throwing some back, drinking a good bit, and I think if we remember, there are a couple of cousins, a pair of cousins who work here, Kadara Vastoon and Tixon Tilmargio. Tixon, they're both Deveronians. Tixon's your server. She's come over several times. She's keeping it flowing, right? You guys want a drink? She's good to go. So it's like you're down to a third, and she's already getting refills, taking care of you all.
Nice.
And as she does, you, Yoon, see that there is a particular individual walks into the canteen. And again, it's kind of open into the promenade. That there's, imagine restaurants at an airport kind of thing, where like there's an entire fourth wall that doesn't exist because people are just walking by,
Right.
doing the spaceport and that kind of thing. But you can always make a little pocket of your own thing going on, which is what you guys are doing. But coming from the open space, stepping in is this individual, a Gamorrean. Space orc, indeed. Azure, you recognize this particular Gamorrean. He's been at the casino. He's just, your low grade, takes care of people who need to be taken care of. He has thrown a number of people out of the casino. He knows how to use that, or at least it seems like that little cleaver thing. But he walks in and making a beeline for you guys.
Did you guys piss off the casino recently?
I don't go in there too often.
I don't gamble.
He's a little pissy.
He grunts and says in broken basic, which means he's like a really sharp Gamorrean. He says, Gorgo want you. You come. You owe Gorgo. Now he collect.
I just give Ewan a look. Here we go.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This is your fault. She like finishes off her drink. Stands a little unsteadily.
Nice. So the three of you get up and slowly make your way out of the cantina towards the casino, and that is where we will take our mid-game break. We have, my friends, new music and some new pictures.
You have way too much fun coming.
Gotta keep things fresh.
I do. Straight from soundtrack by Twitch itself, so the music's all approved for Twitch. And yeah, it does have a countdown. I gotta figure out how to do that with my limited skill set. Anyway, we'll see you guys in about 7 minutes. Here it is.